Alright, hey everybody, it's Mike. Welcome back to the stream. Just picking up where we left off earlier today. So, let's see. Hope everybody's been having a good weekend. Next weekend's holiday weekend here in the States, so it's exciting. Okay, let's check out. We just unlocked this thought cabinet right before we left off. Let's see if we can actually kind of figure out what this means. Bonuses from thoughts. Okay. So I guess if we choose a thought, it's going to end up giving us a bonus. Also, I wonder if I need to heal myself. I took some damage when I kicked that, like, furnace thing. Oh! Are these, like, all the thoughts I can equip? I wonder if I can, like, equip... Can I, like, Can I unequip and re-equip thoughts? Don't do a real good job of explaining it, do they? Alright, so temporary research bonus. +1 encyclopedia, factual memory returns. Research time is 6 hours and 5 minutes. Let's rewind. Let's trace your drunken steps back home. Jump across the raised channel bridge southwest of here. Fall over. Get up. Get off the asphalt in 20 minutes. Shuffle your feet through the courtyards, scaring little children. Go under the great raised motor track, the 881, until you reach lead domain imminent in North Jamrock. The streets are frozen this time of year, caked with ice. Walk down Main to Perdition. There's a side alley there, and your footprints in the mud. That's the problem. I guess maybe once we are done researching it in 6 hours and 5 minutes, then it will be... we'll see the solution. I guess. So internalize. Unlock slot requirement. Unlock a new slot to research the thought. I guess that we can internalize it. I guess we haven't unlocked any of these things. Alright, so let's internalize it. So I guess now we get a bonus to encyclopedia. And I'm guessing we are now researching this at 0%. Okay. So we'll see what happens in 6 hours. Oh, nope, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. I want to click this. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Find out what's in the Union box. Said the Gart has told you some unruly Union men gather in the mess hall of the Whirling in Rags. They're not there today, but most likely they'll eventually show up. Keep an eye out for them. You gotta somehow get 100 Royale to, a Real to pay for the damage we caused. Or I won't have a place to stay tonight. Ask around for money and be careful with your spending. I kind of bought a book that I shouldn't have bought, and some custom dice I probably shouldn't have bought. Find a way into the secret passage. Okay. And then we have our standard ones. Alright. And he gave us this. I'm guessing I can't sell any of those. +1 interfacing. +1 electrochemistry. Let's equip those. I might need that to examine the body. See, these are things I can sell, I think. I could sell that, but I don't want to. None of these really seem like they're going to get me the 100 that I need. It's a lot. Wait, I wonder if Kim can spot me the money.
Yes?
Tell me about the case. I want to talk to you about you. Yes. See how my life is pertinent to the investigation. Come on, Lieutenant, open up a little. If you insist, what do you want to know? You're wearing glasses. You don't look other people around here? Tell me a secret about yourself. Do you ever talk with yourself? Wearing glasses. That's correct. I failed that. I feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone. Who would do that? That's not nice. Glasses are cool. Are they? They're mostly just cumbersome. You don't look like other people. That's because I'm half Seolite or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So who was my grandmother? But from my mother's side. My father's father was from Seoul, so was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. Shakes his head. It's not an interesting topic. It's Seoul. It's a part of the world, officer, a geopolitical entity, and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting. Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, paninsulary state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious. Oh, cool. Yeah, hey, Neo Spartacus. Yeah, I ordered a set of dice to play whatever weird RPG I found in the abandoned building. I haven't been able to figure out the password to like unlock the production schedule thing yet, though. So, oh no, I want to like play the game. We'll see if that happens. You're only making it sound uninteresting. I still want to know more about Seal. You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. He seems almost proud of these things. I'm a regular Revocolier. It's interesting. A point of pride for him. Tell me about yourself. The lieutenant narrows a single eyebrow. No. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Do you ever talk with yourself? What do you mean? You know, when you're thinking, do you ever have a conversation with yourself, like your brain? I have no idea what you're talking about. Lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary. Is that... Am I getting all of this because I have a high conceptualization skill or something? That's interesting. I doubt it. So do you know... So do you... You know, taps the side of your head. So your brain never just chimes in and with advice or warnings. Get it? It's one of those old school detectives. I like that. I can't say that it does. No. When I need to think, I just use my notebook. The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through the passages. But yeah, I get that my conceptualization wouldn't have given me that prompt, but I'm not like talking to my inner thoughts because I have a high conceptualization, right? If I had picked like the physical default defuncitator, would I keep getting these prompts no matter what? Would I be talking to myself, essentially? Or is that only because I picked the thinker? That's what I'm curious about. We all have our different mediums. This is written. Alright. Looks like he can't give me any money. So I need to figure out how to get $100. I wonder if that girl could help me. She's up here. Let's see her. Let's knock on her door. She'll help me out. Door is closed. Out of invisible rows, you mostly see successes and some legendary failures. Okay. Then it gives you a quick glance. Knock much harder. Still nothing. Try the handle. Alright, fair enough. I need money. So I think... Hey, you want to spot me some money?
Hello again, sweetie.
Sweetie needs money. Does Sweetie skip money? I do. I need $100, and I have 15. I bought a book in a bookshop because I thought I was compelled to do it, but turns out I think somebody was just casting a spell on me. And then I ordered custom dice. So that was like 15 bucks probably I wasted. Her expression becomes very serious. Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck? Oh, that's actually not a bad idea. You must be joking, he pauses, reflecting, although your pay does sometimes feel like a joke. It's not easy to assert your right to decent living wage when you don't have a strong union behind you. Maybe you should talk to Evart, the union leader. Interesting idea. This Evart sounds powerful. Maybe you can wrangle some coins out of his pocket. I feel bad asking her for money. Alright. Let's, I feel like, Evart. Have I talked to Evart? I think I haven't met him yet. I met the leader of, like, the Union Breakers, but not the Union. Okay, so I really think I've explored just about everywhere except the body. So, I think it might be time to head up there. Okay, let's go. Let's go ahead. Just go to the body. If this is... Oh, well, that just is, you know... What's this kid doing? Shouldn't be over here. Letter R, wears a crown. Light above, descending. Oh, that's not nice. This is the logo of the municipality of Revachol. Alright, kid, beat it.
Kono's got this!
The boy throwing rocks at the dead body can't be older than 12. His ears are really red. If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
Oh yeah, never comfy, Kuno.
I don't even know what that word is. Hey kid, a word, police business. Yeah, I'm the police.
Right in the dick, Kuno. Get him right in the dick.
Love it in the dick!
Alright, well these kids are just little hooligans, huh? The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes. His jaw is twitching, as if trying to break free of some empire of his body. Stop throwing rocks at my crime scene. Stop using slurs at my crime scene. That's not how we do it.
Fuck that, Kuno. Yeah, right in the mouthful.
These kids are just not cool.
The shit himself!
I mean, I'm not...
The rake, Kuno.
What the heck?
You should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
The fuck does Kono know what a rake is? Kono's not a gardener!
Kuno's not a Kim. What should we do? Well, you know, I don't... If it's spoken language, I typically don't read it. Don't read the lines. I usually just read the lines that aren't spoken there to Funkatator. Just, you know... I figured the voice acting should carry the story when it's there. What should we do? Are you kids siblings? Look, I have questions for you. I have questions for you.
Entertain the Kono! Show me what you got! What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got!
These are just little, like aliens. The kid moves his hand like a basketball player dribbling fast. Regular speech patterns, overconfidence. Could this kid be on drugs? This warrants further investigation into this Kuno. Body, what do you know about it? About the crime scene? You kids often play in this yard. I gotta ask, who is Kuno? Kuno's Kuno, pig. The boy points to his chest. Okay, well, at least that clears that up. It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using third-person perspective as a shield. Interesting, you refer to yourself in the third person to distance yourself from the situation. So you refer to yourself in the third person. Kuno, is that some kind of gang name? It's interesting. Third person. Oh my gosh, this is just... Alright, fair enough. Watch out, Kuno, he's trying to fiddle you. He's gonna put his hands on you. The thing behind the fence starts squealing, shrill and violent like a fire alarm. The sound gets louder and as the child shouts at the windows. Oh my god. This is taking a dark turn. He's got the Kuno. Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here before doing anything. Just answer the questions. Just answer the... Look! There's 2 officers of the law here investigating a murder. These are just 2 little... kids. I don't... What's going on? Doing anything. Everybody, please. Holy crap. Pigs are hurting Kuno. Carries the message far and wide across Martinez. How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. This may still be a way out. Just appeal to his reason. You of this? What is this sick charade? Be logical, kid. I haven't done anything to you. Don't punch him. It's a bad idea. What is this sick charade? No, the boy screams, his freckled face contorted in hideous, uncontained laughter. The nearly psychopathic way they can slip in and out of the act implies you're not the first victim. Put you up to this. You high right now. Help, misters, help. He prances around, eyes bulging out of their sockets, rolling hard, yelling at the windows. He's flashing Kuno, showing his genitals. If you don't help Kuno now, it will be too late. Who put you up to this? No one, he whispers suddenly. Kuno's doing this because he likes it. Gosh. I don't think punching him's a good idea. Plus, it's only an even chance. That's a little less than even. I don't really think violence against children is going to go over well. Alright, let's just clamp him down. Oh. Him down. I see you guys really want me to punch him. That cannot end well. Like, what world does this end well if I physically attack this kid? First of all, I've got a lieutenant of the law standing next to me. He's not going to let me do that. Someone put you up to this. Don't punch him. It's a bad idea. Let's not punch him. Kuno whispers. I don't think you've got my best interest at heart, Defuncatator. I think you just want to see chaos. For emphasis, a ghost is saying this. A shit-eating, psychopathic ghost with an ace up his sleeve. I know you wanted to hit me. He lets it linger. You got that. I'm going to mess Kuno up. Look that Kuno's dad gets. The murder look. The rage look. Relax. He can't read your mind. He doesn't know you were thinking that. There's a dead body, remember? That's what you're doing here. You're a cop on a case. Yes, but I didn't act on it. It was just a fantasy, yes. How do I get back to it? I don't want to go back to that thought. How do you know that? You can't see inside my head. Can you read my mind? Why don't we get back to the interview? I know what you thought. I'm going to mess him up. I'm going to shut down. You know what? You should have, because now he raises his voice again. You're nothing. You're a joke. Laughs at you. Spreads his arms, taking dominion over the yard. King Kuno. Kuno turns you into his prison, bitch. You're going to be in this shit with Kuno. No, the lieutenant almost rolls his eyes. You're not. We can just leave. You're going to be in this shit with Kuno forever. I don't understand why these kids are so mean. Oh, cool. It's a type of hat. He's Pipo. You don't talk to me about my hat. Don't know where it come from. You're just Kuno's bottom bitch. I don't get it. What is going on here? Why are these kids being so mean? Whatever. I had some questions about the crime scene. Okay, Kuno. It's kind of... ask your questions. Remember, taps his temporal lobe. This changes. What is happening? Click, click, click. Meaning there's been a change in some kind of evil clockwork. There will be consequences. Well, I'm not gonna... don't think I'm gonna succeed at that role. The body, what do you know about it? About the crime scene you kids often play in the yard. The body. What's your question? Don't tell them anything. This is where you quickly ask him questions, real cop questions like a cop. Do you know who it was? Do you know how it got up there? Have you seen anything suspicious around? Slater, do you know? He picks up a rock. That's not useful. So you don't know anything. Kuno knows all kinds of stuff. Kuno's not a snitch. Shakes his head, clearly offended. Trying Kuno sing into the the Popo phone. You know how it got up there. Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road. Didn't see it happening. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno was in Revocol. Wait, I thought Martinez was in Revocol. Okay, where did you go then? I don't know. Looks around trying to come up with something. Esque. Or I don't know, some other place. Night City. There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel. That's a fictional city. Night City doesn't exist. Why you gotta be riding Kuno? You haven't been where Kuno's been. Want to know where Kuno was? You want to know? Yeah, I'd like to know. Don't tell him. Kuno's building Kuno's city, Night City, Rage City, City of Rage. Name. City. Dang, these kids are just hooligans. What the hell is it about then? City of Toys? No, with this kid is probably made of cigarette butts, or maybe sand and melting snow. This is a minor discovery. Don't let this Night City business clog up your mind. Proceed with your investigation. If it's really important, come up later. Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. Yeah. Well, doesn't seem like anything else. The crime scene. Did I feel like I already... Did y'all off play in the yard? I have questions later. For now, let's talk about something else. Alright, I'm done. I don't want to talk to these kids anymore. It's just unpleasant. It's like the most unpleasant interaction I've had since I've been playing this game. That's sad. This trash container is locked. The sliding lid is padlock that says whirling in rags. Why am I looking at you? Trash container. You're just a trash container. Just a trash container. No such thing. Fingers start to itch. You're looking at the padlock. Why am I looking at you? How do we get the lock open? You could try using a pry bar, the one you took from the motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one. Might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea. Why am I looking at you? Trash container. Force the jam. I do have a pry bar. Let's just see if we can get the key, though. Yes, exactly. Beziehungsweiser. Come on, let's go get the key. Oh, when I come back, those kids aren't there. That's just annoying. Those little kids. That was, I haven't been streaming long, but that was made me uncomfortable. Oh my goodness, those little kids.
Can I help you?
That belongs to Whirling in Rags. Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep it locked? Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. Is why? And the neighbors too. They put their trash in there. They don't pay for the garbage company. I thought as much, and are their only party with access to the trash container. Look, Defuncatator. I didn't get owned by the kids. Just because I didn't punch him doesn't mean that they owned me. I thought as much. A party with access to the trash container. Well, yes, us and the garbage disposal company. Seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. I wonder what this feeling is. No, it doesn't. Nothing stirs in me. And it's not callous, it's common sense. Okay, then maybe you're callous yourself. We need those keys. What do you need them for? Concerns the case. Lieutenant's voice is harsh and sudden. Please cooperate. Alright, we got the keys. Takes the keys from under the counter, hands them to you. Just bring them back once you're done. Saw another thing. The whirling. Wait, I did? I don't remember this. Another thing. Great, I love those. Oh, okay, that's just... Okay, yeah, I've already talked about that. Goodbye. Alright, here we go. Let's get back up there. It's got like a nice catchy soundtrack. Open the trash container. Okay, I thought it might have completed that quest. I wonder if I have to equip the keys. Trash container, open the key. Don't. Alright. With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't, maybe you shouldn't. Open the lid. Yeah, let's open it. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, organic waste. We're just in time. The lieutenant peers in. This hasn't been emptied for over a week. Look under the boxes of cartons, pick at the rags, search the food waste. Alright, let's just start at the top. Look at the cartons. You see milk, an egg, breast with one broken egg in it, some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows, methodology in your fingers. You're used to this. Dive further. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soliel cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however. Alright, let's look at the rags. Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air. Oh no. The victim's clothes. Lieutenant smells them. Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. The lieutenant produces a black plastic bag marked evidence from his pocket, drop them in there, officers. Officer, bag the trousers. Kim quickly searches the jeans, guitar, mark blue jeans. Pockets. I wonder if it says guitar. Searches the blue jeans. Guitar, marked blue jeans, pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt too, a wide belt. The loops appear stretched, but he looks into the container. The belt is missing. That's it. You see anything else in there? I have another bag here. Something slimy catches your eye. Oh, sure, let's reach for it. I'm sure it's not good. A drab long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus. Ugh. Bag the shirt. This is military type overgarment, no label or serial number. This is the kind of knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in urban scenario. He nods to himself. Anything more? The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. Yellow old mug that catches your eye, but other than that, thrown out. I guess that's all. The clothes in the trash. That's a new task. Alright, we should go to guard again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. Could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard, or that one, he nods towards the red-haired boy behind him. I'd advise against confronting that force. Yeah, we need to ask the kids who put them in. No, we don't need to talk to those kids again. I think someone from the whirling might have been involved, maybe. Let's see. Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked. The establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread. Okay. Senate nods and looks into the trash container. Search the food waste. It's just an organic waste. Good. Cold and slimy on your hands. Apple, potato peels, mostly unidentified sludge. The occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, what's this? Elbows out, there's nothing more here. That's funny. No, there's always more. A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Pick it out. Oh, a damaged ledger. Trash container. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes written in a man's handwriting. Not just any man's, this decisive cursive. It's yours. It's mine. Officer, is that your paperwork? I don't know what this is. The handwriting. It's mine. Oh, cool. Secret task completed. There's a lot of it too, he nods approvingly. And you've gotten an autopsy form in there, in the back. That light pink copy paper. A miserable looking slip of paper sticks to the board. Alright, if you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? Well, Kim, I don't really remember anything for the past 3 days, so could really be anything. Has a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it. I don't think that's it. I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore, so I threw it away. Someone from the whirling threw it in the trash. I'd rather not talk about it right now. I don't know what to pick. I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore, so I threw it away. You know, that kind of makes sense with the way the whole game started, so I'm going to say that. Well, he doesn't know what to say. Lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes. I don't know, man. Sounds like an order. I don't take those. Okay, I'll do that. New task. Read your ledger and name the case. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. He peers into the trash, where soggy cartons and rags stink uninvitingly. Now tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished? What do your elf eyes see? Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and find the Interact tab to read your paperwork. Let's check out that mug. Look at the broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron. Antique. Probably sell it, right? And its social sensibilities. Sure, let's take the mug. That man briefly glances at the mug, then returns his sight to the trash. Like, I gotta get 100 real. I need everything I can get. Container sounds. The gong. It's one thing off the list. The lieutenant sounds relieved. I think we got it all. Let's check out. Read your ledger. Name the case. Who put the clothes in the trash. It says ask Kuno if he knows anything about. I don't want to talk to that kid again. That's just not fun. Go to your inventory, interact with the damaged ledger, and give it one. Finding the right line might take some time. Alright, can I sell this? Oh wait, you can interact with his mug. This broken-eared mug somehow made its way into the whirling in rags dumpster. This person of Samaran descent frolicking in a field of saffron flowers. Bucktooth and grinning feeble-mindedly. It seems to be a cheap knockoff of some colonial-era antique. It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much. There's quite a lot to read to here, actually. Look at all that content. Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about your broken, tossed away mug that you dug out of the garbage? Mug is an example of prejudice. I'm going to use an example of what not to do. Push this into the face of every merchant I find and tell them, this is your innate ideology. A mug will be useful. By denouncing it, I can earn political capital to mask my badass hustling. Gosh, the mug didn't belong in the trash. It's just a funny mug. It does kind of seem prejudiced. But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it, or do some volunteering work? Just finish your case, detective. That's funny. Damaged ledger. This is your ledger, found in the trash. It's full of notes written in a man's dense cursive. Have a closer look. Maybe it can be salvaged. Right. It's the ledger you found in the trash. Pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from the plastic board, barely held together by a clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. Anything else? There's a piece of toilet paper. Is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper. Desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. Goodness. It's a metaphor for you. Oh dear. Thank you, Waterlogged Ledger, for spelling it out for us. Inspect the toilet paper. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. Take it off if you want. Take it off. Hey, I got experience for that. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off. Finger, and voila, the ledger now looks marginally better. Inspect the clip. An aluminum block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. Right finger lost across the aluminum. Surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice this before. Looks like an official mark made to be visibility outside of the right circumstances. Hey, Lieutenant, what's this? What? He's lost his own notes. It takes a moment for him to see that thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. Interesting. What kind of information? It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number, address. Information varies by date of issue. Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved. How can I read it? Any capable light with the right wavelength will do it. Like, for example, all RCM vehicles have headlights designated to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too? Oh, cool. We can go there next. This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on. Nice. Browse the white papers. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes to watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across the entire pages. Paper itself is checkered with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there is a red stamp that exclaims case files commit to paper. The case files themselves are plenty. Count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, and marked pages, falling apart in your hand. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Hey, well, they were organized. That's pretty good. Damage ledger, work strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. There are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51 this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention, but there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average. Oh, well, that's pretty good. What do you mean? Is that all? That's it? It's 2 cases a week? Is it a good caseload? Inspect the handwriting of the files. Mention of a naming convention. That's it. Notebook is annual. It says 51 on what remains of its cover. Molten strap of cardboard. Everything prior to this must have belonged to the previous volume. In short, there was more. 2 cases a good week. Huh? 2 cases a week, a good caseload. Huh? He raises his nose from his notes. 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot. Yes, really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes. 2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I completed them, though. 2, he raises both eyebrows. That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you're making mistakes, by the way. That's presumptuous of me. I'm sure I've made plenty of mistakes. That's okay. He nods, then turns back to his own case files. We all make mistakes. Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. Handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Alright, let's inspect the handwriting. It's ornate, nearly illegible, yet marching in orderly lines. Pedagogical somehow, brash. It must be yours for you to be able to read it. These are the lines of someone who has written by hand a lot and has developed a style only they themselves or you yourself can decipher. Your hand cramps up merely looking at the scribbles, drawn as by some magnet to the red checkered margins. Fast but always straight. There's mention of a naming convention. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins, yet still a more tellingly accompanied by a name. A title, one might say, and one that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples. Why? They've written in all capital letters, too. Damage ledger, yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more lighthearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, the murder at the hookah parlor, and a rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together. It can be done later once you're done inspecting them up close. Kim, my cases appear to employ some kind of naming convention. You mean the alphanumeric officer precinct time of arrival at the scene? No, I mean non-numeric one with titles. You mean the titular. Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does. Why is that? It's a holdover from early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea of how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work amongst themselves. Seem to have named a case the Square Bullet Hole Murders. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one. He peeks into his notes, the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that to amuse myself. Huh. I pray his loved ones never find out what happened to him. Rail spike through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident. Right, count the page. I have to open an official case. Is there room? There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid formed structure of pages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all these tasks are accomplished, the case is complete. Commit to paper. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting for this monumental event. But the ledger only comes with a worn-down pencil. It will do, barely, but... no matter, I'll just use the pencil. Kim, do you have a pen? The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from his binder like large caliber bullets on an ammo belt. He is not really saying anything, just standing there looking at them. Can I have one? Hey, we got a pen. Know that I give this to you. Pulls the pen from the loop with resentment. Oh no. I think I made Kim upset. I'm sorry, it's just a pen. But it does really fit with the character. He's kind of a bumbling buffoon. What? With this beauty, commit to paper. The tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash freehand, uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. Cross out the ones you've already finished. Satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You've done, it seems to say, and you. You're a swashbuckler with that pen, Harry, and it feels good, feels like completion. Harry, huh? I wonder if that's my name. I don't know. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case. Lieutenant, have you by chance named our case? No, actually, any ideas? The Hanged Man, the Furies are at home, the Mirror, the Setting Sun, shit on a stick. Actually, I don't have. Furies are at home, Mirror, but that doesn't have anything to do with the case. The Hanged Man seems too simple. The Setting Sun, no. Actually, I don't have one. Well, maybe I can suggest one. Guess, the Hanged Man. Go ahead. The Hanged Man. Not feeling it. Are you sure? I think it's pretty serviceable. Yeah, not feeling it. Okay, then he returns to his notes abruptly. The case doesn't need to have a name. Oh, I asked for his pen and then I didn't like his name. Okay, let's name it again. Fine, he concedes. For inter-district cooperation, let's try one more time. What do you want to name it? The Furies are at home. Hanged Man. Alright, I don't have one. Go ahead. But guess, the Hanged Man. Oh, that's actually what I was thinking. The Hanged Man, he nods. I like that. A good, strong name. We have very good names for the cases. Okay. Look, Defuncatator. I borrowed his pen. He seemed upset. This is interdepartmental. This is team building. I just did team building. Besides, the Furies are at home in the Mirror. It makes no sense with the case. Alright. Task complete. Your ledger and name the case. We did that. Close the case files. Alright. We get a drink real quick. There's a lot going on in this one little notebook. Can I read the case files now? Let's look at the yellow pages first. In the back, you see thin, translucent copier paper, some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes. Like marching armies. These look like official forms waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out according to the type of form. What type of forms are there? 3. The topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. Misconduct fine, monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. Details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields. But they appear pleasantly vague. I could totally cite this kid. Station call. These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. All in a print too small, it could be considered downright cute. Field autopsy. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in, age, sex, condition of internal organs. Okay, enough of those forms. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies for dead guys. Okay. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper. Alright. Let's look at the clipboard. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with it. The edges are rounded, however, the U4 sized board feels like feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see embossed letters RCM. Shake the ledger. Sometimes something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? And something small inside, light, maybe plastic, paper, cardboard, or dried flowers perhaps? Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it. Peek inside. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it's not see-through. You cannot see to its center. How would I open it? With your hands, U4 sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board. Okay, so I can do that now. Let's smell it. The acidic stench of the rotting food has rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with citrus zest of toilet cleaner. You know, like the bits they put into public piss bowls, probably called Fermi Discreet or Axel or something. At some point in its journey, this ledger has seen the inside of a public toilet. Oh no. Which toilet would that be? Remember when I said the smell of the upstairs bathroom was so rank they should have sent a poet to describe it? Okay, so that's the one I woke up in. Sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner, line the poet might have used. That's funny. Why, yes, it is, among many other things. This cleaning tablet is used by the whirling in rags. Perhaps that's where the ledger was dropped in the toilet by you. Alright, well, let's open that compartment. The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides. You bend the plastic on your knee slowly. Slide snaps back in place. Should be possible to just, you know, somehow I don't want to slide the door open. Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. What's inside? 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. Pick up the ticket stubs. 2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawing. Tickets permit access to the zoo in Revocal East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too. We did that. Pick up the postcard. Thin wax. Paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue. Smell it first. It smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored. Touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says Tutti Frutti. Open it. Feel your handwriting lines the inside of the card, looped rounded letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s, there is care, effort, and smile, you think, although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry. Oh, look at that! I think my name is Harry. It begins, you're already reading. I wanted to write you a... Wait, Harry begins, you're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Your hand shakes, holding the card. Even every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. Step out. I step on the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon when I get off the 49 and walk back to you. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe that the happiness I feel with you. You have vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it. Kisses, kisses, kisses. Well, I thought the screen was getting black. It just freaked me out there for a second. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. Sparks fall like snow from the bow collector, a streetcar distancing. You feel the ledger slip from your hand, fall sideways. You fall sideways. Huh. Wait,
There is nothing.
did I just die?
Again. Nothing, sad brother. No treachery, just blackout. Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you, that's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering somewhere in the basal ganglia. That's me. Blue eyes, that's me. Who was what?
Huh.
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it, still trying to hold on to the great sorrow slipping in the water. Slimy.
What? I was cool. I'm cool.
The cool when you're dead.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow, because it's always there.
Tell him, tell him. Tell him what?
Ah, yes, and in the olfactory system, they call it the apricot chewing gum scented one. It's unhealthy of them to linger on it so, but as they say, what do you do?
Smelled so nice.
It didn't smell nice. It smelled like betrayal.
Was that the X something? The... Something about the bow collector too, enough just like... Is that the X?
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape, its lack of beauty was not the problem.
There's Voyager Road.
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
Something about the bow collector.
Yeah, man. What was that about?
Well, you're real helpful.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
What is that? It's cold.
Yes, they're pouring something on you, something in you, and
It's delicious. Glowing lights on the dashboard emerge out of MI. In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsaragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket, the air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin. Drink water. The lieutenant is extending a small canister to your mouth. Drink. The water is cold, silvery stuff of life itself. As it pours down your parched throat, the pounding in your head recedes, the darkness parts. Drink. He tilts the canister. Haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration. That's funny. Actually, beer and cider have loads of water in them. No, in Congo centuries, the quality of water was so bad it's sometimes more hygienic to drink beer. Let's just drink. Greedy gulps. With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it. What happened? Should ask you the same. You were reading your paperwork, then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to a hospital, then you came to. How long was I out? 10 minutes, maybe. Came in contact with the burnt-out ruins of past lieutenant. I was dehydrated. I walked again. Started climbing. Just be honest with him. Ledger of failure and hatred. Whoa, that's sad. Does sometimes happen. Hands you the remains of your ledger. He replies with such understanding. It's as if the burnt out ruins of the past were an occupational hazard. Athlete's foot for cops. Drop this. Are you okay to proceed? Solve this case. Alright. Hey, I leveled up. The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool. Equipped in your hand for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools section of the inventory. Oh, there's a lot that's been happening here, huh? I didn't finish everything on the Ledger of Failure and Hatred. Let's read the case files. Failure? I rolled a 1-1. To put a skill and logic to open that back up. That's possible, yes. Easy, no. You need to come up with a small archaeological system to reorder the remains of your past works. At the moment, all they do is fall apart in your hands. Some dates and numeric titular systems is all you have. Oh, that stinks. Okay, so let's... I think I have some more things I can do here. The bow collector. Minus authority. Hell on Earth. Minus 1 hand-eye coordination. Search time. Sparks falling snow from the bow collector of the streetcar. Number 42. Slowly down the slope from Voyager Road and then east B-2206 across the river. There are no closed factories or ruins. To study at the academy. Electrical cables run overhead. The bow collector draws across them like a musical instrument. A flash. She's standing at the rear window, holding on to the rail in a spring coat, waving at you. Oh, that's sad. I wonder if there's any reason to, like, not research these. That'll drop my authority 2 points if I do both these at the same time. Temporary. These are all just negative. Little guy gets further and further away. You see yourself from above. You're passed out on the blue tiles of the hostel room floor. And from this distance, you can see your eyelids flutter. Dimensions of what? Great white object letting out its sweet smell like a lily of the valley. Little man's forgotten his name, but he still remembers the feeling. And look, he moves. The feeling animates him. He instinctively reaches out for the feeling's best friend, a bottle of Commodore Red. Puts on his disco clothes and gets smaller and smaller. Huh. What is my authority, I wonder? It's not very good. Can it go negative? It's in here. Yeah. Authority of 1. Sure, I guess. Let's... I don't really... Oh, I have to unlock those. I wonder... Huh. Oh, whoops. See what happens. I'm not really sure. So we're at -1 on authority. But it was already a 1 anyways. Probably wasn't going to succeed. So yeah, I don't think there's... Yeah, there's... That's not nice. What's the... Alright, let's put the ledger away. Does he give me +1 inland Patar? Oh wow, -2. I don't really want to take a -3 to authority, so just leave it. Let's see if I can read that watermark while we're here. Kim, how to turn on the headlights. Turns the preheater on and waits. Takes up the keys. Says, "All right, ready." I turn. You press start. It's next to the preheater. Press the engine start. Dashboard lights up with the orange glow. Round per engages. Jump, and the engine of the Corpus Kinema comes to life with a whiny growl. Like a leopard waking from its sleep, yawning and roaring at the same time. Press the button labeled headlights. The light then folds with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle. Alright. There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. Just need to stand in front of the machine now. I wonder if I have to have it equipped. Probably do. As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears, a street grid in the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you. There she is, Revical West. There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice. Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no hundreds of micro perforations. Look at the shimmering street grid. Look at the perforations. Look at the street grid. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of RCM, and yet the major arteries of a Revical are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kinnaman's headlight. Look around you. Or are we on this point? Okay, let's... You catch a faint glimmer from a broken beer bottle. In the distance, sounds 2 men engaged in drunken arguments, followed by closing some distant window. Ah, Martinez at night. He smells the air, as he says. Let me see. He takes the ledger from and inspects it. Right here, he says, his finger near the top of the map. Segment of coast jutting out into the great ocean. Seems nice. Seems like a shithole. I'm sure I've seen worse. Seems nice. No, does not. The lieutenant says with optimism. Look at the perforations. There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. Tally of the different rows. The first row has 18 dots. What about the next one? Next row is the longest. It runs all the way around the border and then some. Count them individually. You count 216 perforations, considering that nice large number. A wave of pride washes over you. You can't say why precisely. What about the last row? Last row has 3. 3, that's it? That's it. Hey Cam, what do all these holes mean? Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They're your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look. Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's mint. First row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? 18 years. Got drunk. Walked the land telling whores and liars the end to come. Oh, no, I don't think he did that. Some boring office job, same as everybody else. I felt like I just went around apologizing all the time. Really think I have any idea? Fair point. Let's move on, shall we? The next row, wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see, wow, more than 200. 216 to be exact. Is that a lot? It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. So you're saying I used to be a super cop. I used to be good. That's some solace, I guess. What's the last number? Right, those are your confirmed kills. You got precisely 3 perforations there, so I'm a killer. I was expecting a higher number, honestly. Yeah, I think that's fair. For RCM officers, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's rather tame. I mean, that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. It's obviously the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers. But it seems as though you are were one of the good ones, so we have to be thankful for. Have you ever killed anyone? How do you handle the strain? I should pour one out for the boys. How do you handle the strain? Everyone has their own method of coping. Of coping. Of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others. He gives you a meaningful look. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Like what? Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now. Maybe I should find a hobby. Why not gardening? You already have the gloves. That's funny. He points to your yellow gardening gloves. Have you ever killed anyone? Yes, he says, declining to elaborate. Maybe I should pour one out for the boys, the fallen. Lieutenant says, if you want to pour one out of the booze you've been carrying around on duty, I'm certainly not going to stop you. Actually, I'm just going to hold on to this, as you will. Very noble of you. You never know. Thank you for this. Lieutenant nods. Okay, let's go. I'll turn off the lights. Presses a remote control. You can now see your statistics on your journal page. Right. Task description. Name unknown. Oh yeah, they're all there. Superstar cop. Sorry cop. Whoa, what's all this? Communist, fascist, ultra-liberal. Good cop, bad cop, honor. What is all this and how does it track it? A sorry cop? What's going on? That's not cool. Communist. Just... Huh. Well, I hope it explains that at some point. Alright. I have not been playing the sorry cop. What do you mean the sorry cop? Sorry as in like, my bad sorry? Or sorry as in like, thanks for noticing me, Eeyore sorry? Oh. So more like, you know, like a passive lawman rather than like a very forceful lawman? Huh. Did these get explained in the game, or do I just have no idea? It just happens. It just happens? Oh, good.
Yes?
No, that's not what I... Did I... Did I need to go... Oh, I need to go talk to Gart about the, about who put the stuff in the trash. Looks like the Union's here now. I bet. There's a lot of people here. Oh man, it might be karaoke time. I can't talk to these people. Is Gart the only person I can talk to here? I'm glad. Yeah, I don't need anything else to interact with. Oh, it won't let me sing karaoke now.
Can I help you?
Here's your trash container key. Thanks, I hope you found what you're looking for. I found the victim's clothes. Strange, I certainly didn't put them in there. Maybe you don't remember putting them there. Maybe you were sleepwalking a fugitive. Can someone on your staff have put them in there? Who else has key to the trash container? Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with a crime scene. Else had a key. The trash collection service, CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though. Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road. Maybe you don't remember putting it? Premises, I think fugue states are more your forte. Hey, fair play. Alright, let's go say bye. That guy, I feel like I already talked to him. Let's see if that girl's out of her room. I think she is. Alright. Let's go. I was hoping she could spot me some money. Okay. Alright. Whoops. Is there anything else? I think I just need to go examine the... Oh, I gotta go talk to that again. Isn't that part of it? Ask Kuno. Man. I'm gonna delay that for a minute, just examine the rest of this stuff. There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Around 6 to 12 pairs have walked up here. Get an exact count. Maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots has shuffled back and forth. Go over them one by one. 1 standard work boots, steel reinforced toes. 46. 2 standard work boots, steel reinforced toes, number 44. Hobnailed work boots, steel reinforced toes, number 3. Standard work boot, 45 or 46. Wait, which is it? You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the parts apart at all. This cold must have preserved them. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. Aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41. Female. Possible to tell, could also have been an adolescent, a giant. The gate is undeveloped. Good at this, ain't I? You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens or everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it. It's a strange, beautiful way. Count the rest. 7. Glowing outline of standard work boots, number 46, but the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. 8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There is an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however, the right sole is smoother, more worn. How many? The lieutenant has been tracking your eye movements. 8. That was pretty often. I counted 20. The same guys are going back and forth. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia points to his glasses. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? Light step, a heavy one, aberration. Now let's just do them. A woman or a kid? I don't think there's any way to be sure. Understood. Heavy one. 200, he thinks for a moment. Could it be that combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be dead man? Could be. Might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely. One of them was carrying him over. Maybe it was a giant. Could have been an extremely obese person. Yeah. Probably yes. The lieutenant marked something down in his notebook. Why? You're thinking, why did they have to carry him? Yes, you could have just used a makeshift stretcher or just marched him up on the gallows. Maybe the victim refused to walk to his own lynching. The victim wasn't conscious. Our reading of these prints could be wrong. No, they're right. Even easier to carry on a stretcher between 2 men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. What else can you see? Aberration. One sole is smoother than the other. Interesting. Let's name this one odd sole. Do you have any ideas, Lieutenant? Someone operating a workbench with a pedal, like a joiner at a harbor. Thinks for a second. Or maybe a drummer. Drummer, that's stupid. So one of the people are working for... You're looking for a drummer. No, it's not. Forget I said it. We're not looking for a drummer. He raises his index finger. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out their right shoe for the left. Accelerator is on the right. I was actually thinking the exact same thing. Interesting, if only I had come up with that idea. Nod thoughtfully. We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam and see whether anyone strikes us as a potential suspect. Seems prudent. Yes, prudent. The lieutenant writes the information down in his notebook, then reverts to the tracks in the mud. How old do you think these tracks are? A week, maybe. 7 days would fit with the time frame provided to us by this caller who reported the hanging. It's not impossible. How do you know? I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Revical. 7 days below freezing the day before. The day of his hanging was the last warm day. Okay. Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. Commotion here could have taken place a week ago. What do you think happened here? What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to a tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching. Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy. I think we have a firm understanding of what happened here. Lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself. Either way, he includes what else? I think that's it. Alright, we've got a few more things to look at before we have to talk to that kid again. How do I get back there, I wonder? Wow, there's a lot of stuff. This winch mechanism has been oxidizing. There's a lot of stuff here. Okay. Someone's trying to grow herbs in this greenhouse. Kid's ladder rickety but still climbable. Oh, I can't walk right there. What is that? Pile of Eternite. Inconspicuous pile of the roofing material Eternite. What is this perception sight? Why am I looking at this pile of roofing material? Success! Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly. Panels aside. Bam! There it is, you see a shabby little door. What is this then? A tool shed? He peeks. Let's investigate. Should I investigate before I go talk to the kid? How do I get up there? Alright, let's talk to the kid.
Fuck this cool okay?
Discuss the body. Questions about the crime scene. I found your shack. Actually, I'm gonna go. I want to save this for later. Okay, I get it. You don't like me. I don't like you. That's fine. Yeah, you're right. We'll get back to him. I'm gonna explore this and see if I can get some leverage on that hooligan. Empty tube of magnesium supplement. Magnesium supplement rub on your chest. Magnesium life. It's like a cured pig's head. It's weird. Silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder. Be still my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. Lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror, he's studying you. There's a good, vague way to ask where he stands on drug use professionally, I mean. Someone has taken narcotics here, perhaps the police should interfere. I wasn't thinking about just taking it, I swear. I was thinking about justice. I've heard amphetamine makes you a really good detective. Are you a really good detective? Someone has taken narcotics here, perhaps the police should interfere. Yeah. Perhaps not. He looks at you. This is below your pay grade, detective. However, he points to the ladder in the corner. See that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor now. A secret path the local kids use. That's probably true. I'll take your money. Sure says get out of the way. Yeah. Gotcha. Where am I going? Kind of just walking all over the place, huh? Alright. What's that? Doorway is going to collapse soon. Restoration pillars keep the rooms together. There's a bucket. There's some stuff. More money. Now how do I get where I want to go? I'll take that. Oh, I see what's going on here. This is cool. I think. Probably shouldn't be here. This feels like this is somewhere I'm not ready to be yet. Can I get over there? I feel like I need that poncho. That might be useful. Someone left his troubling cloak hanging on the railing here. Looks like when the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its back. Son of a gun, it's a cop's cloak. Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. You could probably make the jump. Look like you've done some track and field in your days. What do you think? This cloak is mine? Ooh, it's an even roll. Oh no. Look around. The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance. Towering in the distance. Okay. Is it? He looks at you impressed. Cavalson makes a lot of heavy equipment. That's phenomenal, even for them. Exactly do we doing up here? What are we doing? We're awfully close to breaking into the industrial harbor. That's bound to have information for us. I thought that was our intention. Do you really think the cloak is mine? Should I go for it? Jump. The cloak? I do think it's yours. Yes, as to whether you should go for it. He looks over the edge. The cold pavement below. Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. Just 2 meters drop. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you. The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Knows what its pockets may hide. Hang on, let me see. Do I have anything that like increases my equipment? Do I have anything that like increases my jump ability? Alright, hang on, let's look at this. Clothes. It's physical. Does that help? If I put that on. Does that make it better? No. So I gotta roll 10. Okay. Let's go for it. I think I succeeded. As you leap in the air, chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses. Close your eyes, let your sense take the world in, continue the voyage. Just take in the world around you. Continue the voyage through the salty air. Close your eyes, let your senses take in the world around you. What is going on here? Continue the voyage through the salty air. As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive. Must be the adrenaline. I knew you could do it, the lieutenant exclaims. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbor now. With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in. RCM patrol cloak. Yeah, it looks cool. Alright. Can I just open this door? Get back here easier? Oh no. I feel like I am just taking this game. I'm not like playing this game in a weird way. At least that's how it feels. Punch clock payphone, an imposing combination of punch clock and phone, is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says tokens unavailable due to the strike. Use change. I'm not gonna pay for anything now. Radio is emitting a strange buzzing sound. Giant image put on the... So... Okay. Someone's left the coffee machine on. Standard office file cabinet drawers seem to be locked. This is Dewey typewriter. It's on the back. Every worker equals member of the board is written at the top of the flyers. Below the flyers, union logo, demand democracy. So this must be like a union office? File cabinet. second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close the drawers. It's unfortunate for the Union to just have their paperwork lying around like this. Yep, open the drawer. Drawer opens smoothly. Inside a well-organized section of brown folders. Browse through the folders. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. 2 kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revocol from the outside world, from Mundi, Grad, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to the companies inside Revocol. Coron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among many districts where the imports are being sold. Anything interesting? It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry. Force yourself to go through the folders. Volition. Okay, let's see. Maybe I'll get it. Nope. Look how blurry all the lines of these papers are. However unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself, you're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing through not focusing. Hermeneutics? I have no idea what that is. Was almost within your grasp. Now only vague letters float before your eyes, less meaningful but aesthetically more pleasing. I'll let my eyes go completely out of focus, all shapes, and start melting into each other. Could I actually focus through not focusing? Or a police officer, not a spiritual healer. It's funny. Is that what you're doing with those folders over there? No, of course not. Good, he turns away from the filing cabinet. They're probably not relevant to our case anyway. After all, we are not investigating an accounting mystery. Force yourself to go through the folders. Okay. Failed again. Dang it. Thought I had it. A lot of postcards. Ooh. That's cool. Got some sunglasses. Give me a visual calculus bonus, but I think I'm trained in drama? Not sure. They look cool. Door is locked and cannot be opened from this side without a pass card. Guess you have no choice but to talk to the union leader. What about the pass card that I have? Can I not use it? Put it in the keys. Alright, fair enough. At least I know where to come back. What does that sound? It's officially chilling next to the radio. Okay. Now I feel like I'm getting a lot of stuff going on. I probably should have just gone back to the body, but now I don't know how to get back to the body. Collecting rainwater. All around you, great machines in quiescence. These 3 packs worth of cigarette butts. Price of 2 bottles. Hey, this is money in the bank right here. Where's my bag? Yeah, right here. Let's take it all. Get all them bottles. I gotta pay my bill. Nice. Night Watchman's booth. This is the Night Watchman's booth. The name on the door reads Renee Arnott. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself, sit down and have a brief. This is where Renee works. I'm going to look around, search the booth. If you must, the lieutenant looks around, but please hurry. We're pretty easy to spot up here. Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean. Your spare contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table. Picture. Oh, this is I don't know. Take the picture. Night Watchman's is black and white photo of a young couple out at a street fair. The man, Renee, is dressed in a Royal Carabiner uniform. The girl is young and very pretty. She's smiling playfully at the camera. Why did you take the picture of Renee? The lieutenant asked, glancing at the photo. I'm going to ask him about it. I'm a cop. It's instinctual to collect evidence. Making an artistic collage. I'm going to ask him about it. You're really interested in this old soldier, he marks, surprised. Not sure I understand your fascination, but sure, as long as it doesn't take up a lot of time. Leave. Oh, I didn't realize. Oh, cool. I didn't realize that's who that was. White pines trees are printed onto the screen coverings. Cool. Composite eye of halogen lights, which is emitting a low buzz. Ooh, what's that? Crane control panel, a rustling control panel with several knobs. Two buttons marked Illumar and Etendre are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. Container is attached to the hook block. Illumar is on, Etendre is off. Let's not push any button. Like, are you serious? We don't know anything that's going on here. See faded industrial lettering on this platform. Kavelsund means Wellfjord, huh? Can't go that way. Can't go that way. Shipyard ahead is oddly quiet. The great machines are sleeping. Speaker tower is silent. There's no work to organize in the yard. Oh, there's some money. Making progress. Pay back our debt. What's in here? Husk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. Smells like blood. Huh. Let me open it. Alright. Industrial sized thermos. Smells like burnt coffee. Ooh, yeah, look at this. We are making progress. Oh. Oh. Probably gonna get in trouble if he sees me. Let's...
Yes?
Nope. Don't need to talk to you. Continue. Let's save. Save. Thank you. What does that do? Oh, I'm going in. That's cool. Alright. It's like a coffee station. Giant thermos, still lukewarm. There's like somebody with an office in here. Oh, that guy looks important. Okay. There's a big fish. Taxidermy fish. Everett Clare, before he was a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk, he looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With a great effort, he straightens himself up, his chair, yet says nothing, he simply stares at you. The mixture of expectation and patience well bottled. Are you in charge of the dockworkers? Welcome,
Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi.
Oh, my last name's
It's good
Dubois.
of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat. I'm Everett Clare, head of the Debargeurs Union here in Martinez.
Man relaxes into his chair and continues.
I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
Oh, well, that's not good. He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
The lieutenant nods at you, then the chair. Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good. He thinks I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name. Rather stand. Yeah, it sounds like something a cop would say.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner as equals. Take a seat, I insist.
I don't sit. It's kind of my thing.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions.
As you should. As he nods, his multiple chins move like ocean waves.
I, too, have convictions, one of which is that I will not engage any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
Oh, come on. You're no titan of volition, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave. Dang it. Alright, fine. Sit down.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Gives you a sly wink. Remain serious.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debargeurs Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
Oh, so it's literally hurting me. The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Garte. Some people have no manners. It pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
Points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with the cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it. Yes, but you'll owe him for it. Keep it. I'm good. You can take that comically large check and shove it up your ass. Wait, you know Gart?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
I don't think I'm going to take this check. With a grin, he points to the check again. It's like you're on a game show, at least. Don't thank him for it. Keep it. I'm good.
Okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
Resting.
Lost gun.
Slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. Morale critical. Heal yourself now. I don't know how to do that. It didn't teach me how to heal myself. Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble intentions you once had as a police officer, it's eating them all up now. You're still coming up with sentences that's a step up from total annihilation, right? I'm seriously running out of shits to give. So I'm quitting. Wasted my life protecting humans. I'm done. No one even likes cops. I wish I had. Oh, well, this doesn't seem good. Yes, it can be difficult to be on the receiving end. So much distrust and outright hatred, he says with a sad half smile. Nothing you can say would make you feel it now. Cop gives up the detective. Huh. Social realism? Designed for RCM following a nervous breakdown. He lives under a bridge, drinking and occasionally throwing excrement at passersby, shouting, "I never loved that woman." Rejected the theory that his psychological disintegration was precipitated by his wife leaving him. It's because the Furrows lost that man. Captain Lane Price wants the man's superior officer. It's because he couldn't get a big gun from acquisitions. And anyway, police work really burns you out after a while. Satellite Officer Jean Vermeer, the deranged former cop's partner, commented. Sergeant Mac Torson, another former colleague, said, did not propose any theories, merely saying whatever happened to him wasn't about birds. Huh. Huh. Well, I don't know how to heal myself. This game just doesn't teach you anything. I mean, do you click this? I guess? Yeah? As it's draining? Let's try it again. Alright, we'll look at the fish again. Talk to the guy. Alright, click, click. Recharge the dock workers. Yep, yep.
Welcome.
Yep,
I'd offer you my hand.
You go ahead, detective.
Yep. Take a seat, I'd rather stand. Why are you calling Mr. Dubois?
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner as equals. Take a seat, I insist.
Let's just take a seat.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men.
Let's go ahead and
Reasonable-
remain
So tell
serious.
me, how can the head of the DeBarges Union help
Alright,
a
he hurt
representative of the
me.
Revachol citizen?
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude... It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with the cafeteria.
guards.
Yes, I know, Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man.
Keep it, I'm
A real-
good.
Okay.
Alright.
Now, I'd like to set your mind...
Lost gun. So this is gonna, I'm gonna try to click this. Okay. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Okay, lost gun, lost gun. That worked. You said don't worry, he actually meant be very worried. How do you know about my lost gun? I'm not worried, I got this.
Are you alright, Harry? You say you've got this, but you seem a little anxious to me. Don't be. Everything's going to be alright. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be alright.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded. Kim. Kim? Chair is killing you. This chair is red, cannot be retried. Huh. What happens if I lose that check? 25% chance to hit? Is that... It's composure. Oh, sorry, there. I'm actually good. It's just the problem is got a -2. Let's see. Yeah, take that. Who does this guy think you are? Ronnie the Rookie? You ain't worried about no lost gun or unpaid bill? Or forgotten name? You're the bad cop. You're probably more corrupt than him. Alright, wait, that's it? That's my point of pride here? Sink deep into the folding chair, smile, and cross your hands behind your back. Yeah, let's do that. The fat man does the same, sinking deeper into his chair than one would think is physically possible. He seems to be enjoying your little display. Good, now lean in with some corruption. Listen, Evart, pal, we both know what makes the wheels of the world turn.
That we do. Let them say what they will about you and me. We're both born fighters.
This fighter could have used a more comfortable chair. Nice bit with the chair, by the way. A good way to keep your guests on edge.
Why, thank you. It's always nice when a fellow professional appreciates your work.
That's it. Now kick back and add a final flourish for dignity. Thanks for your hospitality. Feel free to visit me down at the station anytime. This is a worm's lair, and we both know why I'm here. To help you grow your hoard. I'm not saying I'm corrupt. I'm rational. We'll do that one.
You strike me as a reasonable man, Harry. I like that in a lawman. Let's cut to the chase, shall we? What can Everard Clare do for you?
I think we'd like to ask you a few questions. Don't you think so, Detective?
Lieutenant looks quite fed up with the situation. Somehow you managed to get yourself out of this one. Now quick, keep the momentum up, ask questions. Whatever you do, don't ask him about the gun first. You don't want him thinking you're scared. Aren't you going to ask me how I got in? Harry, he says almost gently, honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia, a man your age. At my age? What are you implying? I'm at the peak of my abilities. I too am surprised by the resilience and athleticism of this tool I've been provided with. Body's gonna break down any moment. Not like that. He inspects you over the rims of his glasses. You did look like you were gonna collapse and die when I told you about your lost gun. Anyway, I assure you I'm a very well-informed man, and information reaches me before I even get a chance to request it. Call me Mr. Dubois, why? Of course, let us dispatch with the formalities. You called me Everett, I'll call you Harry. So that's really my name. My gosh, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? He shrugs with an amazed expression. What are the odds of that? I think the odds are that he looks at you are very low. It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first. My memory's fine, I'm just testing you. So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. He pats the brown folder in front of him. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder. Words flow like a river of honey from his lips. I guess words are reached him no matter. Done. It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it. Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents? The lieutenant inspects Everard over his spectacles. Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? His eyes never leave yours. He and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now. Oh, well, this has got us in a little bit of a tough spot here. Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on edge. Do some probing first. Do you know anything about do I have one for kids? What kind of cop does it say I am? Where did you get that folder? Drama medium. Have another look at the folder. What kind of cop does it say I am? Well, Harry turns a couple of pages in the folder. If I were to sum up one word, it'd be apologetic. I'm sorry. Yes, he inspects you over his giant bug-eyed glasses. You seem to be a lot of the time. But right now, there's no reason to be. Let loose a little bit. Be you. He's probably just making a guess based on your recent activities in Martinez. Sorry, cop. That's funny. You're right, Defuncatator. I am a sorry cop. Where did you get that folder? Ah, this? He closes his folder. My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry. This translates into, haha, you guys are so corrupt. I find that very suspicious. May I have a look? I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kusaragi. I'm sure you understand. He turns back to you. Please continue, Harry. I kind of just want to go for the role. Let's get this straight. What is my full name? Okay. It's Harry. He glances the folder. Harry Dubois. Okay, I like it. I can work with that. And I can work with you, Harry. He raises his index finger. Now, what else can I do for you? Let's just go for the... Let's just go for the role. Know where I live. But of course, Harry, he nods. Your precinct is the 41st, and you live in Jamrock. You're a Jamrock boy a long way from home. That's okay. He doesn't really seem to know any more about it. You know, think about my family. Family, Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man? I think I do. I'd be a wonderful father. You're right, I don't. That's why I like you, Harry. His fat finger is pointing at you. Good man knows both his strengths and his weaknesses. You, my friend, you are one of the all-time greats. Let's go for the role. As you look at the folder, Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you, because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet. That's not an RCM folder. Okay, Harry, you got me, he says, grinning. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them. Got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez. Yes, Mr. Kutsuragi, from the Census Bureau. Like I said, he looks annoyed. Now I'm actually a very busy man, so is there anything else I can do for you, Harry? That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity, the mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being. So the Census Bureau says my name is Harry Dubois? Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up. Let's move on. Let's talk about my last gun. To talk about the hanging. Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. He nods. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. Secret test completed. Interview the Union boss. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me heavily. I understand you need to interview me. I sense there's a but. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up all night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open. Yes, that sounds good, the lieutenant says with a slow nod. Let's do that. But I can't but I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. Suddenly, he slaps himself on the forehead. We're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors. Heard wrong, Everett? We're not. Kim, is that true? Are we door-opening machines? Opened a few doors in my life. And I'm sure you're going to open this one with flying colors, Harry. He chuckles. This really is very simple, and there's nothing shady about it. You just open it yourself. I bet you don't even know anything about this, about the hanging. I'll look into it to talk about the murder. Can't accept this. Refuse the task for now. But you don't. Can't you just open it yourself? Harry, I'm a very busy man. More importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique of yours. He slams his fist together. Look like you could run around all day. Want to send someone a message. The police are working for you. I repeat, I'm a very busy man, Mr. Kutsaragi. Therefore, I must occasionally enlist outside help. He turns back to you. So what will it be, Harry? I bet you don't even know anything about the hanging. Harry, my dear friend, he sinks deep into the chair. I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez. Okay, I'm not going to do his... Whose door is it? Oh, no. Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about. What do you mean by a weasel? A loud, blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. He removes his glasses and rubs his nose. Just go there, unlock the door, leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you. He puts his glasses back on. I'm not going to do this for him. I can't accept this thing. Refuses task for now. Of course, Harry, I understand, but if that's the case, I don't think we'll ever find your gun. Even worse, won't be able to speak like equals about the murder. Perhaps this was just bad timing for you. Know that you can't always come back here to me, I really hope. You do, he winks. Oh. Know that you can always come back to me. I really hope you do, he winks at you for your sake, my sake, and for your gun's sake. Lieutenant sighs, yes, we both understand what you meant. This may be the only way he thinks I won't hold it against you. In fact, he probably should, probably should reconsider. Later. Let's talk about my lost gun. Yes, your lost gun. His face turns serious. My best men are working on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. The gun will be found. Harry, let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort. The only way to find it seems to be working with him. Even be holding your gun hostage. Hold on, could gun hostage? It will be blackmailed. I'll be blackmailed this gun business. I don't care about my gun, keep it. Does this mean if I do this thing, you'll give me my gun back? I don't know what to pick here. I'll be blackmailed with this gun business. Harry, I was only trying to be tactful. A lost gun is a dangerous thing. I can't have it around in my neighborhood. Oh wow, his tone is suddenly very serious. Kids could be playing gun roulette with this as we speak. Teenage gang could be arming themselves. Get a hold of yourself. So does he have it? Is that what this is? Where's it at? Track down. Oh, is it done? Did I track down your gun? Someone must know something about your gun. Find any information about your gun. So he has my gun, I think is what that means. Look, it gave me another sorry cop. Where did I get that from? I thought I've been pretty, like, this conversation. That's not cool. I've been a cool cop. His tone's suddenly very serious, blah, blah, blah. I assure you we are working on locating the missing sidearm as well. Excellent, Mr. Kutsaragi. That's excellent news. He claps his hand together. Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands. I've been a cool cop is something only a sorry cop would say. Alright, fair enough. A not sorry cop would have slammed this guy into his desk. It wasn't an option. That didn't come up. But we might talk again later. Wait, he leans Reaches in his drawer, pulls out a plastic card. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Thanks, I was wondering how I'm supposed to get in and out. Great, to get stuck in here. Heyo, here's one of us now, a real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry. Alright. Well, I figured out my name. But he's got my gun, I bet. How I'll get my gun back. Banner sags under the weight of rain, snow, white waves. Red.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along. The accent is so thick it's impossible not to notice. He's Ubi from the vanishing peninsula of Ubi Sunt on Mundi.
Container, container, used to be Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everett.
Tiny man, so engaged in his work, he doesn't notice you. Hi.
Everett, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister? I see you're not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
A shadow passes over his kind face.
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
He doesn't seem to be waiting for you to answer.
Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
You're from Ubi, right? Oh yes, born and raised in Irish, mister. Had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent, took us here to the new world. I was about 10, too old to lose my accent then. Say us Ubis were up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I was from. No sir, those are just nasty rumors. Thank you for clarifying that. What are you doing with the containers? Oh, I'm just making some covers for them. Containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them. Waves at the containers towering behind him. Logic easy. What's going on here? Look at the mountains of containers behind him. There's containers in the yard, green and white. The containers in the yard are green in Wild Pines livery. The mountain rising behind Leo is all red in Union colors. It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core. There appears to be cisterns underneath the Union containers covers. This looks like a massive decorating operation, Kim. Leo, has anyone told you why you need to change the covers? What is underneath those red covers? Yes, they're hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Jebrador's Union logos on them. Leo, is anyone told you why you need to do this? No, not really. He shrugs and continues merrily. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I go and tell them to everyone. It's underneath the red covers. Oh, I don't know, mister. They say it's some Michaels. Most of them have labels on them, I think. Thanks, you've been very helpful. Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. Where's everyone? Most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. He's in with a confident look. We're on strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months. So no one is working. Not everyone is down there, of course. He chuckles. Mr. Everard is in the office, where he always is, and Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. He pauses to think. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble. Everard sent them to have a nice vacation for a week or so. He stops between, seems eager to tell you more. What kind of trouble did Titus and his friends get into? Got it, but where are the other things? Yeah, I want to know about Titus. Oh, not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business. He smiles. Him and his boys stirred up something in town, probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I remember Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off. Did they kill someone? But what did they actually do? I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let off some steam. I don't really know the details. That's just how boys are, you know. Another chuckle. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school. Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hardies. To you for assistance. Look at him. It's not going to be anything useful anyway. Don't fight it. Better to go with the flow. Too rowdy, Leo. What kind of fight did they get into? They kill him. Mercenary. Okay, Leo, let's just hear about the fight you got into. Too late. Leo's mouth is still moving and words are spewing forth. Words, words, words. Look, even more words. This guy could go on till the end of the days. Now he's talking about some drunk sawmill owner who, no, he already switched to the to a priced fishing rod. Apparently owned at some point. You know what? Just cut in there with your questions. Do you work here? Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job. This is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. Everyone calls me Leo. This little man raises his hand in a welcoming gesture. I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. Chuckles. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady. Good-hearted chuckle again. Who's Miss Beaufort? The lieutenant looks up at Leo. A real pretty lady. Skin like those Dew and Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done. Me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here. I'm already busy keeping things running here. Always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Who's Miss Beaufort? Oh, Lizzie. She's a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything east of the river for years. She was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyer. Respects that word. That's obvious. She's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood. Knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community. One day, I'm sure. He goes on. If me missus and me was to have child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Being a doctor for almost 50 years, she has. Sighs false eyes, watching you meekly with his blue eyes. Alright. So Everett trained a lawyer named Miss Beaufort. Interesting. Think you're doing a great job around here? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this place would be totally fall apart if you didn't shine the most. Yes, this place really seems to run like clockwork. Keep it up, Leo. The lieutenant smiles. Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really. Didn't think it was possible, but the smile becomes even wider. To the container suspended from the crane arm. Oh, that one. He looks at the container. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up. Okay. I'm off. Bye now. So that should be everything. Maybe we'll go look in that container. Can't open that because I don't have like a lockpick or something. Let me. Maybe we should turn on this crane. I think the controls are down here. Continue. Lumiere. Moving massive metal container through the air. Okay. Hit stop. Surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane comes to place the container down. Harbor sleeps. Strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again now that the purpose has been fulfilled. Its purpose? What do you mean? Being this container, of course, for the purpose. It was built for this purpose. It has acted, and now it will rest. Can't see how that was worth the ruckus. He looks at the crate, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying. Alright, let's leave. Let's see if we can open this. It's supposed to be empty, huh? Before you stands cargo container, just one of many in the yard. Kim, I think there's something about this container. But you do, because I don't. Why not? There are millions of containers here. Why are you fixating on this one? It was just hanging from the crane. You just picked one out because you wanted to interact with the cargo container. We're not here to interact with containers. We're here to talk to the Union, right? I'm not going to knock on the door. We're just going to open it. To turn the handle. It seems to be mechanically locked. Knock produces a hollow ring of the metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container. What if I use the pry bar? Oblong pin. Could try this. Bolt cutter. Pry bar. One of those work? Open the... Oh. Let's try to open the door. Turn the handle. Da-da-da. Dang it. It didn't work. I wonder what happens if I hit the other button. Crane does not return to its original position. Okay, good enough. Alright, so I don't know how to open that door. I think I have explored quite a bit here. I don't know how to get down in that area. I haven't figured that out yet. After he's gone to sleep? I didn't even know Kim went to sleep. Oh, it's crazy. Alright, so I can get out now. Let's see. Let's go sell our bottles. Come on. There we go. Remember they said to look for... I bet that shop's closed. No, not closed. Let's see here. Search your bottles. I got $1.20. That's it? Really? I think I'm gonna make that 100 tonight. I don't have anywhere to go to sleep. I wonder if he'll let me like sleep in his car. I think I talked to that guy.
Welcome to Revachol.
Go to Revachol. Are you addressing my that?
Don't you welcome to Ravachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in this city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
You tell him.
It's men like you who keep Ravachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is fixation on the Revolucian nation makes it harder to actually attain self-determination. Undermining our best shot at self-determination. So what's going on here?
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine. I think we all learned something here today. We all learned something. Yeah.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
Lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness. Now that that's settled, we have a couple of questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
Waits impassively, cigarette smoldering between his fingers. He smells of heavy motor oils and his breath of high tar. His breath of high tar content cigarettes, probably Astral Whites. Found this mug in the trash. Yours? Stares at the yellow mug and then suddenly he explodes. Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy. I haven't seen anything funnier than that. Wow. Is it yours? Wipes his tears in his eyes. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine. He doesn't live in Martinez. What's that argument all about? What are you hauling? Not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo. The dock workers are on strike. It's sit and wait on your ass situation. What kind of car are you supposed to pick up? Apples. Was exactly the thing you'd say if you had something to hide. Apples? Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions. What's that argument all about? It's about biological determinism, natural law, sort of thing. Sorting of the races. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. Might want to change the topic. That isn't buried under the sand like a common sheep. Just to be a popular guy. Oh, so you're just a racist. Makes sense. To be honest. Really remember what that means. Please explain. On second thought, let's talk about something else. Okay, you're racist. I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books. Gestures with cigarettes for emphasis. Science of racial theory. It's all been proved. Well, you've studied these things, say that you and me are superior by design. So naturally, Occidentals should be in charge. Race is a simplistic means of social classification based on easily observed attributes, hunches, and pseudoscience. Just make it pure. Exactly. Just look at people who make arbitrary judgments. Goodest of the good cops. I just got an achievement. The lieutenant tries to remain impassive, but the light arch in his eyebrows tells you that he's liking it. As arbitrary as any judgment. That doesn't make it less of a fact. We all have used facts. He's comfortable reciting these thoughts. He spent quite a lot of time meditating on the subject. Okay, what else have you thought up? Yes, I can really tell you. Example of superior. Let's just go. Seems I'm disappointed that you don't want to hear more about his lecture. Sure, whatever. I don't really want to talk about. Talk about something else. Oh, well that's not nice. I had your back, dude. Want me to argue with him? I can argue with him. No. I was hoping this would be like the getaway driver guy. Yeah, paper. Floating by. Supposed to be looking at people's shoes. Is it this guy? I already talked to him.
Hello again, my man. What's on your mind?
Do you see in his eyes? Sudden financial duties snap him out of his daze. Oh no, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work. They who? Bosses, man. Makes sense. First work, then pay. I don't know who those bosses think they are. Go to arrangement with them. So you're broke. Got it. Makes sense. First work, then pay. Makes sense. It sucks. That's what it does. That's all for now. Is there anything else through here that I missed? I should probably go back to the body and actually look at it since I still haven't done that. There's that old lady. Ooh, I hadn't seen that before. Rod Factory Magnets and Miracles U49. Lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grod made machine is well kept for such an old machine. Look in the window. The windows are very clear. They've been recently washed. You can see Lorryman's cabin with his personal belongings, stickers, insignias. What kind of stickers and insignias? The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia, proclamations about honor, strength, and purity, glued to various panels. Large metal pendant hangs from the rear mirror. The pendant features a sun crowned with wavy rays. It's the seal of the Royalist Area Revocol. The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels shown in the curtains. The book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man. The title reads, "Man of Heimbal, the Lost City of Pygmies." Racist nationalist paraphernalia. He grits his teeth, not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy. The lieutenant nods towards the racist lorry driver. Ah, so it belongs to our tough guy. Likely, yes, this guy's proud of who he is, drapes it all over his machine. There he is, in front of Frit, smoking nervously, hoping it's over.
Looking for something?
Da-da-da. Da-da-da. Racist. Very judgments. So I can really tell your example of superior design. Did you notice something different, like the unfortunate downturn maybe? So the superior race, blah blah blah. Yes, what's the problem with that then? Superiority stop competing resources. Okay, and cultural victory. What's this then? Wait, what's this cultural victory? This concerns you, policeman. It's better to be vigilant. Same with intruder species. Turns of sharp glance. Lieutenant. Third officer. Cultural victory. What? Culture is how they play. So on. Yeah, I think I can go down with this. Why don't you go? Don't push your luck, runt. The man gives you a disgruntled look, then turns his attention elsewhere. Ah, all right. Well, okay. I can't really do anything with that, it seems. And now I found his truck. Don't see anything going on down here. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, I did not come down here to investigate. Forgot about this place. Is it grabbed? Okay. Syrian aid. Forgot about this area. Oh, I forgot. I didn't realize I could interact with that. It's clothes inside, cheap secondhand clothes.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Huh. Save the economy. What are you talking about? Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash. Keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things. Buy eco. Doesn't make any sense. Why exactly does the economy need saving? Look around, officer. You see all these premium goods. They're just sitting there, not getting bought. Got to keep the flow of goods moving. Got to save the mother. It's got to save mother economy, but I don't have children. It's your powerful economics. Yeah. Just nature. This economy is really just a distraction from cultural issues, you know, immigrants and can't go extinct, officer. I got kids to feed. Once an economy goes extinct, it messes up the whole ecosystem. You gotta think about the consequences. Browse through the box. Box smells like cat piss. Economical. Also trendy. Street vendor. Look first-hand, buy second-hand. The economy moving. On something we're salvaging from the pile of rags. I can't buy anything. I gotta pay my debt. Leave for now. Speakers, pedestals, speakers. See two lovely defeated speakers, thralls, slaves, basically perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of fallen durable wear sneakers, Ultra Series.
I can see you have a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
I can't buy anything, dude. I had debt to pay. Box of sunglasses.
You like sunglasses, officer?
I'm good. So there's really nothing. There's something. What's that? Idea rises from the sewer. Oh, I haven't been in here. Wonder what's in here. On shop, some kind of machine, an antique cash register. Just military wear. Eccentric fashions thrown in. Sort of typical Martinez street lights sit amongst the assorted floor and table lamps. Set your gaze. Street light. Did you get this? How much for the street light? Did you get this? It was brought to me to be altered. He leans into the pawnbroker. Leans into the pawnbroker near him. I'm not here to investigate theft of city property. Pauses studying the light, then adds, "You have to admit, it's rather clever when he's done with it." Your gaze run over the street light. The light poles has been carefully cut. Wiring has been redone and attached to a standard door plug. Light buzzes faintly but persistently. This would make quite a statement in your lip. Is that a street light? Yes, officer. As you can see, it's perfect. His manner is casual, but his speech is careful, measured. He wants you to know that he has nothing to hide. Much for the streetlight. 700. Out of your mind? There's just one. There's one of these every corner. That's funny. Seems a bit steep. There's also the matter of rewiring, but the most important transformation is the light's placement among indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside home just a few days ago. Interesting. Yeah, I don't have 700. Okay. That's for sure. Looks like more clothes. Save my money. There's just a bunch of stuff here to buy. Just of a woman. The plaque simply says DEI. That's probably the Lord's. Knick-knack stand. was hoping like they'd have my badge or something in here. Shelf of boom boxes. Stay on tip of your toes to see more. Especially catches your eye. Deep gold. Just make sure it works before you buy it. Can't buy anything.
It's not often that I see officers of the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
Simon's here. Tell me any troubles lately.
I haven't really had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about the inconsistent law enforcement.
Who are your customers?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Honestly, I think some of your selections are more tasteful than others. This business. A collection indeed.
It keeps me entertained.
It's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe. Is Roy high? And if yes, what's he high on? Try. Traffic minutes on the loose. Sorry, but I don't drive. Now that I was thinking about it, I do remember hearing a thunderous noise the other night. Some kind of powerful electric vortex hitting the shop, and that sure narrows down our list of suspects. Vortex sounds fascinating. Does that mean you don't have any idea who the driver was? Shakes his head slowly. Yeah, do you have any guns? Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun. Pawned a couple days. Oh, so I sold him my gun. This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as though you met before. Oh god. Tenants just from one feet to another. Alert. Wait, I sold you my gun. Is the buyer a policeman? At least I know how I lost my sidearm. Wait, I sold you my gun. Adamant about getting rid of it. Officer, he hesitates. Said you were undeserving a service weapon, and I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. The charts, photon emissions, the unhealthy kind. It's the buyer policeman too. She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found interest in the gun a bit obsessive. I was just happy to get rid of it, and her, truth be told, she was terrifying. Right, so let me get this straight. Lieutenant turns to you. You sold your sidearm issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it. Maybe she's a vigilante. I don't like it either. What if she intends to commit a crime and blame the Citizen Militia? Right, that she could cast aspersions of the force. Just find her. He looks around worried. Find this buyer. Have you ever Union come here with a gun? Apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went. Stack, there is nothing you can do about it right now. You'll just have to hope it isn't lying and the Union can track her down in time. Shady looking guys come in here yesterday looking just taken off Wild Pines overalls. They'd asked if I'd have police weapon to sell. Told them I already sold it. They went their way. It was a trip. But you know, all sorts of things come here asking for all sorts of things. All sorts of people come here asking for all sorts of things. Wait, that'd be true. Claire really is tracking down your gun. Lieutenant's eyebrows rise slightly. Claire. I'm trying to remember who Claire was. People as just as Everett seems people as Olganians? Man, this game's got some big words. As Everett seem like they're lying even when they're really being truthful. Is his last name Claire? Everett Claire, maybe? Oh, yeah, right there. At least now I know I lost my sidearm. Let's talk about something else. You might be to aid our investigation. See if I can tell what he's high on. I did. Drug developed by the military to treat and prevent motion sickness with psychedelic side effects. It makes your eyes turn yellow. Is it just me, or is this really warm in here? Step closer, sir. Could you take off your sunglasses? I'd like to check your eyes. Get straight to the point. So where does the man get the paralogia these days? Let's just get straight to the point. Please step back studying you. How would I know? It's pretty obvious that you're under the influence, sir. Adjustment, just curious. I probably did loads of beer hoarding before I lost my memory. Chill out, man. Chill, cop. To offend you. Subject. Drugs. He loosens up. Unoffended officer. Carriage share. There's something I'd like to sell. Aid our investigation. Think about the recent hang. I do my best to keep my distance from the butchery. Bad for business. He doesn't know anything. Something I'd like to sell. To ask. Is there anything about the gun? Alright. That's it. Oh. Kim wants to say something. Let's get back outside and then we'll talk.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
Paid the cafeteria manager for damages yet. You should take care of that then. But the money. Let's talk to him anyway. Any officer or RCM should be sleeping in the streets. We'll figure out something else. Alright, let's go talk to the manager. Hopefully he'll let me, like, partially pay my debt. I got 24. I mean, that's pretty good. It's like a quarter of my debt. Oh wow. For a second just dropped. It's weird. All of a sudden they just everywhere else they've been fine. Don't know what's happened. Huh. I got 3 frames. Is it this weird effect that they've put on here? Huh. Weird. Had any trouble the whole game? That's weird.
Can I help you?
Then it's back up. It's still only 20 something. That's weird. So about the money I owe you. How much do I owe you? Could come to some sort of arrangement for tonight. Does that arrangement include paying me what we already agreed? Pay you back tomorrow. It's cold out. I'll freeze to death. Come on. I'm an honest cop. Come on, man. After everything I've been through, Kim is about to say something. Let him. Yeah, let's let Kim say something. Adjust his glasses. I understand your predicament as the manager. However, I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation. It also affects your business. Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and he stops mid-sentence. I mean, no offense. That's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interest of this establishment. Hold on. I still have my key, you know. Conversation is going anywhere, is it? Not until you bring me the money. Okay, he turns to you with a heavy sigh. I might have something in a motor carriage we can use. Done here. Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here. Sorry about the money. Alright, fine. Let's go to the motor carriage. Dang. I don't know why all of a sudden it just dropped. I wonder if it'll go back up once I go back outside. Yeah, right back up to 60. It's got to be something going on with that scene. Inside you see a set of steering levers. Got something here we could sell. Look at the back. Suspect transport enclosure. Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage. Cage is the back of the motor carriage. Looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkled in the dark. I confiscated these 4 a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal. What are these things? What do you mean you confiscated them? You said something about a pawn shop. Thanks, I appreciate your help. Confiscated them. A couple weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower the speed of traffic. Turns out he was on coalition official's son, and so you took his spinners. I get it. Would have confiscated them too. So you took his spinners. Took them and arrested him for driving under the influence. Isn't that corruption? I don't know, is it? Lieutenant looks back, stone-faced. I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back. Don't you want to put him on the car? That's funny. Thanks, I appreciate your help. Lieutenant nods to take the spinners. Close the door. Okay. Let's go sell these, call it a night, and then I think we also call it a night. There's a lot going on in this game. I thought I clicked, there we go. I thought I clicked the door.
Greetings on this fine night. What brings you here?
Come, you're still open. It's cool that you're still open. Big city vibes.
The pawn shop is always open.
Something I'd like to sell. Oh wow, just literally sold them. Yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps. The lieutenant steps in and hits him with the spinners. Boy, he takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent, dancing light of his pawn shop. Gone forever. He marvels at the cobalt shimmer and nods. Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump a mesk banger. Nope. I'll give you 200 real. No one was defrauded or jumped. I assure you, the lieutenant explains as the palmer register and counts the cash. Of course, I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again. Thank you. He takes the cash and turns to you. Here's 100 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it. The rest goes in his pocket. The rest is for him to compensate for the pain of being separated from his radiant spinners. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Both the lieutenant and turn to you. This is my pocket. These postcards are like worth a decent amount. Oh, good. I don't have anything to sell. Alright. Let's go back to settle my bill. And next time we will actually go and inspect the body. I feel like we've done everything except inspect the actual crime scene. When we started, we did a little bit inspecting. Yeah, just frame rate just drops like a rock in here. Weird.
Can I help you?
Alright. I owe your money. Here's the 100 real. Slam the bills down on the counter. I hope you choke on it. Here it is. Sorry for the trouble. Hey, I leveled up. Great, thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. As you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow. I'll unlock the electronic lock to your room. Taps his foot against a metal box installed in the back of the bar. All the doors lock automatically at 2100. Task: find money for rent. Pay Gart. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 reals per night. He opens his wallet. I'll take room 2. Of course, he takes the money and hands him a key ring. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you? Gart, I saw another thing. Goodbye. Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type. It's a Copo type. Guess what's yours? Full cop? Some kind of weapon cop? Oh, Copo type. That's weird. Sorry, cop. I'm sorry. I'm not sure. I'm sorry you had to monitor me. Sorry, cop. I already think I'm the sorry cop. Sorry, cop. I'm sorry. Sure. Yes, sorry, cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? Okay, but whatever. What are the other cop types? The other cop types be jealous. I'm sorry. Opt in. No, actually, I'm not sorry. I changed my mind. What are the other Okay, what are the other cop types? Oh, you know, Apocalypse. I'm trying to put cops in all of these. Apocalypse, Superstellar, the Advanced Interesting Cop, Shadow Cop. But you're too sorry to say those things, so here we go. Well, I mean, I get locked into being the sorry cop, like, immediately into the game. What, jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine, don't worry. They'll be super, super fine, totally okay. You can dual cop type from sorry to anything. No, actually, I'm not sorry. They should be sorry. I guess I'm the sorry cop? Alright. I don't know, I don't know how to not be sorry. What happens if I say that? No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance. Sorry. Thought gain, rigorous self-critique. Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info or maybe even time. You say you're gonna get $1 million. Maybe every time. That'd be awesome. That won't happen. Well, fine. Rigorous self-critique. You're one sorry piece of shit. A cop penitent. Flagellant cop monk. This is not the right line of work for you. You should be groveling at the feet of feudal lord, providing lurid evidence against yourself at some Mazovian show trial. Ripping the flesh from your back. Aww. Whatever made you this way, you can be damn sure it was your own fault. Aww. Really criticize yourself. Who knows? Might uncover something of importance from your guilt-ridden past. What do the skill points mean? Oh, so I can't internalize these? Do I have to have 2 skill points? I don't quite understand. Oh, spend a skill point to unlock a slot. Do I have a skill point? Is that how many skill points I have? I think I do. I think I have 2. I don't really know if that's a good use of my time, but Sure. Right. Self-critique. Let's put it in there. I think I need to... Was it vigor? I needed to... I think that was vigor. Was the was it volition? Damaged leisure. It's logic. Look at it again. I think that was in there. Oh, that was my ledger. Yeah, so definitely should put it in there. There was one I tried. Mirror. Is it ice cream maker? Nope, nope. Thought it was in like it's weird, it doesn't seem like it's blacked out. I guess I could go back and try it again. Yeah, I guess I'll put it in logic. Okay. Cool. Money for your rent to pay guard. Let's grenade about the photo. Got it. Done. The watermarks did that. Now I'm the sorry cop. I've got 4 sorries? I don't even feel like I'm apologizing for stuff. Guess maybe I'm just... It's just... I don't know. That's... I guess being a sorry cop just means you're nice? I don't know. I guess that's Kim's room, huh? Nothing out here. Guess it's time to just turn in. Alright, let's head to the room. Looks pretty rough. Good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
I really was planning on going to bed, like, in bed. Outside is brisk. Lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum.
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically.
Do you think today went? Lieutenant raises his eyebrows. Well, we didn't even look at the body. But we've performed a thorough search of the premise of the crime scene. That's great. I prefer to start with searching the scene and then move on to dealing with the dead. I'm sorry I could do more today. I'm just not a very good cop, am I? Oh, say nothing, just look at the city. As for interviews, we conducted an interview with Everett Claire, who was particularly forthcoming with useful information. He's not saying anything much on the matter because he thinks you could have gotten more out of Everett. I'm sure I can get him to tell us more. He's a tough cookie, a little intimidated by him. Honestly, he has stuff on me. I'm sure I can get him to tell us more. Claire also helped you. How should I say, remember your name? That's a relief. Big relief. Very serviceable name too. I don't know how I feel about my name actually. A different name when I haven't ruined yet. How I feel about my name actually. That's normal. It's best not to give it too much thought. We didn't talk to the Wild Pines rep. We really must do that tomorrow. I haven't seen him. Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? Run a lot. It's standard Precinct 41 practice. I don't like to waste time, you know. My mind moves fast. The rest has to try to keep up. Yeah, that's just how we roll. He nods thoughtfully, tapping his fingers on a cigarette. It's impressive, especially for a man your age and in those heels. He looks at your snakeskin shoes and smiles. Suddenly, nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. It goes with the orange. I didn't know you smoked. I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. Something of a ritual. Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette. I think I might want to pick up smoking. Do you have more cigarettes? How'd you get so cool, Kim? The light of his cigarette illuminates fleeting smile. You mean this? He flicks the ash. This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy. Yet, were he to quit, he would lose the cool factor. This man relishes his cool quite a bit, but below it all. Yeah, I don't want to smoke. Right then, the debrief. So what powers exactly? They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Ravenclaw Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines up to 1,000 real for offenses in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule. 1,000, why not more? The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We're not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Ravenclaw. Wouldn't that be easy power to abuse? Oh, I wonder if I could like write up a citation to that one guy that was being rude. Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. He frowns. It's undetermined. It undermines trust in the RCM. Okay, what else? We can arrest people who, of course, but rather than bring someone in directly, it's preferable to serve as station's call slip. Prevents confusion and overcrowding. Wait. Can you be sure the arrest will show up? I see. And if someone resists? You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem most to show up. I see. And if someone resists? As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one on your watermark, we're permitted to use whatever force is necessary and strongly admonished not to abuse that power. So if I kill someone while on duty, what happens to the people we convict? So kill somebody on duty. You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly by cross-examining for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best. What happens to people we convict? We don't convict, we arrest and send them to the coalition government courts in Quoron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them. He taps his coat pocket where he keeps his notes. And who makes all these rules? Coalition government and the Morlintern, broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution, so we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. Us. His gaze is absently fixed on a window below that just went dark. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of or the coalition government founded the RCM. Say it was the citizens. Be sentimental if you like. Either way, the modern term gives us the right to keep the peace in the city. They will take it away if we misuse it. Or if they think you do. Morlintern, what is that? Moralist International the world's largest political organization. He pulls on his cigarette. You know who they are. They run this place after the revolution failed. If I didn't know, how would you describe them? Really don't know. That's how bad it is in here. Okay. They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernment organizations in the world. What do they believe in? What is their symbol? What do you think of them? What do they believe in? What do they believe in? They are DeLoreans. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by her innocent Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they're just technocrats. The others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day. What is their symbol? Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want to think from that. Something kind and usual. Something almost self-explanatory. Something like the dark blue, serious color of night sky above. It was Dolores Day, a historic figure, the author of the modern age, he thinks. You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me. What do you think of them? The moral and turn are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And he looks at the city below. It doesn't look like it's about to happen. I have an opinion on the moral and turn. Do you? The lieutenant arches his brow, then pulls his cigarette. It's a slim, white thing in his fingers. Things are bad out there. Point to the city. We need them here, giving us the right to police Revocall. They've done an awful job here. Have you seen this place? This isn't humanism. Stooges of the world's biggest bourgeois organization, protecting bourgeois rights. But are silently immigrants, liberal. Second thought, I don't have an opinion. Forget about it. Enough about him. My kind of police officer. He nods a light smile and looks at the roundabout. In the night. Dying lights of the city shimmer below, slowly, like luminous clouds. They pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. An aerostatic passes overhead, the whiskers of its floodlights on the ground below. Kitsugaragi's glasses light up as he looks into the sky. 2 glowing circles. Finally, he pulls on the cigarette and says, "They really don't like us here." And the mouth on that kid, Kuno, it's different inland. Jamrock and the GRIH. Why are they like this? It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs. To the Union, to the company. Not daring to come here more. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our 2 precincts. In Jamrock and GRIH, looks at the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night sky and says, "We run the city west of the river. It's RCM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are." He shakes his head. "We are in control and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, this city would disintegrate. I hope our investigation will help improve the situation here, at least do some good." So too. "Me too," he says quietly, "but I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes." He's very tired, but the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger, not older. Thank you for this, Kim. Task completed, end of day debrief with Kim. 30 experience. Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go. It's the stub of cigarette out. Next to the door. Alright. Alright, I think that's it. Let's go to bed. Call it a night. See you in the morning. Bye. See you, dude. My goodness. Hey. Nope, they didn't fix my window. Bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful. The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 12. After 21 hours. Right. Sheets feel at once coarse and calmly and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And end up with like a long conversation with my skin. Sleep doesn't come, but I want to sleep. Obviously you're in bed with your eyes closed, but that's not happening. Why? Maybe it's the bed fault. Check the pillow. Synthetic filling separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. It smells of alcohol and sweat and grease. Check the blanket. Barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate, warm, intense in the muscles. Relax. Roll over to the other side. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it? Killed him. Something to do with... What was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brainwaves. Thoughts fall asleep. Breathing steadies. Great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch. Your sleep and images start forming. Like, am I sleepwalking? Just like, alright. Anyways, I can't get into this. I think we'll just call it a night. Let's go ahead and save it. Oh. Wait, overwrite. I thought it was new save. Save. Alright, well, thanks for being on the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll probably, I don't really know what day I'm streaming this week, so if you're interested in watching further, hit the follow button and you'll get an alert when I go live, and we can continue the adventures here in Disco Elysium. And I'll keep filling. I'll try to get the Twitch page set up so that you guys have that information and links over to the YouTube channel for the other videos, the previous episodes, and the Gears Tactics Let's Play that I just finished up. And if you're watching this on YouTube, check the description for a link back over to the Twitch page. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you guys have a good night, and I'll see you next time. See ya!